their children. Where are their children? They should, like I expected, I think that's Danjuma Agoje, former governor of Gombe State. You should have told us that I have 5 children. All of them are inside bush as I'm talking to
Adamu Alero.
Adamu Alero also.
Yes.
They should be able to say, I have 7 children. As I speak to you, all of them are inside bush now, rearing cows. That is when we take him serious.
I know my people have found nothing. See, there is serious problem, serious tension going on in Nigeria now. Because before we used to hear, I never knew that some of these senators, they are the owner of this cow. Those people you see rearing cows, they are terrorizing everywhere. They are everywhere, disturbing people from their farming and everything. I never knew is these senators that own majority of those cows gives them the orders. That's why you see whenever they want to make law, pass bill against cow ranching, you see some of the senators are against them. They don't want them to pass the bill. Now I understand the reason why they are against them. So majority of them, all the senators are the owner of those cows that you see. So I'm not going to take it. Just take your time, listen to this. You know there is problem. That's the reason why you see they are opposing this motion, the bills to pass the bill for cow ranches. Everybody, all the cow owners should get a ranch for their cows where they rear their cow. Stop them not to start parabolating around the cities everywhere. You understand? Disturbing, spoiling people farmings and crops and everything, because some of those our senators are the owner. They don't want it. Their children are not there. Now take your time, listen to this, and please do me a favor, like, share, comment, and please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Justine will be your guy. Run out for me now, please.
Let their children. Where are their children? They should, like I expected, I think that's Danjuma Agoje, former governor of Gombe State. You should have told us that I have 5 children. All of them are inside bush as I'm talking to
Adamu Alero.
Adamu Alero also.
Yes.
They should be able to say, I have 7 children. As I speak to you, all of them are inside bush now, rearing cows. That is when we take him serious.
And personally, with the opinion of the trade union, but why would you go to media and say a salary of political office holders, National Assembly of that matter? I don't receive the money that they publish in the front pages of newspaper in the name of advocating for your standard living condition. Don't you give wrong and lie information about institutions. It's done inside the public against. We are concerned about the trade union, but Mr. Speaker, we should be more concerned about the over 2 million Nigerian population who are suffering, 200 million who are suffering, who doesn't have food to eat, who cannot buy kerosene, who cannot pay school fees for their children, who doesn't have shelter to stay at home. We should remember, we must be proactive, hold that bill, adjust it, hold the public hearing, stakeholders should consider that. If we have done our job, federal government will not be doing what they are doing now. The prices of commodities in market, the standard living of the condition of the people is sympathetic. So it is very terrible. And here we are, fighting for trade union living condition. I agree, they constitute 13% of the population of this country.
For me, that is not true. What this man is saying,
that the senators that objected to this bill should be recalled immediately by their various constituencies. They should exercise their power under Section 69 of the Constitution to recall them, because they have lost it and they don't even know why they are there. Now, what do I mean? This is a bill that will help to assist the people that you are representing to start living like a human being, not like an animal. You are the people that you are representing are living inside bush. Somebody 7 years, 10 years will start rearing cow from all the way from Bonu to a place like Bayelsa, living inside bush. And a senator who is living in Asokoro is telling us that a full animal does not ask you for school, does not ask you for better house. Somebody that you are representing. Now, is your mama rally? Does that person qualify to be in that house? Look at the characters, those that are making
elected. Are you aware that they were elected?
Who elected them?
They represent a group of persons.
Anyway, that one is the talking about.
And if those people they represent
now,
are some of those people you are saying should be called them?
That is what I'm saying now, because they impoverish those people. They force them so that they will not be asking them questions. Because when you are 7 years, you are started living in the bush with cow, in the name of rearing cow. As at 30 years, how will you be reasoning?
But that has been that has been their culture. And that's what they call them nomads.
Yes, I accepted that is their culture. Let those senators, I think how many of them, 5 of them, let them tell us they push their own children are rearing cow. Let's start from them. It's their culture. It's a good work. It's something that we should encourage. They should tell us how many children they have. Where are they? Their children are in UK, US, attending the best school with the money, the constituency allowance they gave them.
But are you aware that some of these senators are farmers and they own some of these cows?
That is what I'm saying now. That is what they tell us. Are you know what I'm saying? They should tell us their own children. Are you know what I'm saying? Their grandchildren. Where are they? If you should, before you say that it's good, we should allow open grazing migration. We should encourage it. That children should come out of school and enter inside bush and start rearing cow. Let their children. Where are their children? They should, like I expected. I think that's Danjuma Aguji, former governor of Gombe State. He should have told us that I have 5 children. All of them are inside bush as a
Adamu
and Leru also. Yes. They should tell them to say I have 7 children. As I speak to you, all of them are inside bush now, rearing cows. That is when we take it serious. So now I'm here to talk about the law, which they want to use to justify their submissions. Now, Section 41 they are talking about is talking about right to freedom of movement. Assuming without conceding that they are talking about they are restricting people. You have a right, freedom of movement. That doesn't mean that I should enter into your farm as I like and destroy your crops. In every right, there must be exception. Now, let's talk about right to freedom from discrimination, section 42. Discriminating against two. Are they the only people that are rearing cows? They are trying to tell us that it's only Fulanis, it's only Hausas that are rearing cows. There are some people, other tribes that are also into that business. Now, the point we are making is that this particular section does not apply. That doesn't mean that probably when you have your cow, you have your ranch, after grooming them, you can carry them to southeast in your lorry to go and sell. Not moving them inside somebody's farm, as I think I saw one of the video you show here, how they are destroying, the cows are destroying somebody's crops. So the right we're also talking about, just like what the slave president said, is for human beings and not for animals. So they're coming to tell us that it offends the provisions of Section 41 and Section 42 of freedom of movement and freedom of discrimination. It doesn't work. And telling us that enacting that bill will invalidate the provisions of the Section 42 and 41 and 42 of the Constitution. May I also inform him that he should read Section 45 very well. Look at, in fact, let me start with that section. Section 41 he talks about. He said, nothing in subsection 1 of this section shall invalidate any law that is reasonably justified in a democratic society. I'm talking about the Section 41 is talking about. Then you talk about the restriction. When we started, I told you that in every law, in the enforcement of fundamental rights we are talking about, there are the restrictions and the derogations from the fundamental rights. What are the restrictions? What are the derogations? That I'm talking about the exceptions. Now, if you watch this, he said, nothing in these sections, we are talking about Section 41, Section 37, nothing in these sections of this Constitution shall invalidate any law that is reasonably justified in a democratic society. A, in the interest of defense, public safety, public order, and the public morality and public health. B, for the purpose of protecting rights and the freedom of other persons. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. Then 2 said, an act of National Assembly shall not be invalidated by only reason that it provides for taking during periods of emergency or measures that derogate from the provisions of these sections. Now, what this law is talking about is that where your own right stop is where another person's right continue. So you cannot say that you have the right of freedom of movement. You start moving their cows from somebody's farm, destroying their farmland, destroying all their crops in the name of rearing cows. And when they arrest you, you say, no, I have freedom of movement. It doesn't apply. Then secondly, morally, this particular open grazing migration has created more harm than good in this country. Many people, it has, when we started having herders and farmers clash, that resulted in loss of life, both in Jos, in Benue, in all parts of the country. It has a result of this open migration. And this is something that we have done earlier before now. But because of President Buhari that time, you can see the former Senate president talking about it. Do you know why he was unable to talk about it that time? Because he's watching the body movement of Buhari that time. Because there is a way he will talk. Buhari will ask the former EFCC chairman to go and get him arrested. So everybody was afraid of him that time. Now that he feels that he's free, you can see that he's speaking out. So this particular law Anybody that is opposing it is an enemy to this democracy and development of this country. Because many people, many children, many destinies has been destroyed as a result of this law. Because one, just imagine somebody that is 7 years, you have started living in the bush. You don't even know what is school. You need to see all these children. 5 years living inside the bush. As we are talking now, some people are inside the bush. As they are moving, any place is dark, that they will just see that place as their own farmland. And who are the owners of all those cows? These are the senators you are seeing. These are the owners of all those cows. Impoverishing these people so that they will not really start reasoning like a human being, so that they will not ask a question. So that's why I'm calling, if it will be possible, let the people that are represented, let them exercise their power under section 69 and start recalling them. They are not even qualified to be a council.
But by Sir Maxwell, you see, this issue of anti-open grazing law,
yes,
it was an issue in Benue, in the last Benue State administration.
Who made this an issue?
No, when I mean an issue, it was introduced,
yes,
and they kicked against it.
Who?
They even had to bring politics into it.
Who kicked,
in Benue State at that time?
Who kicked against it?
Some persons did. They kicked against it. They raised questions.
It is because of the government we are having that time. Have you forgotten the kind of government that we are having that time? Buhari don't never obey Nigerian law. Buhari doesn't believe in Nigerian law. Buhari doesn't even know what we are talking about. So he's a tribalist. He doesn't even know what we are talking about, the rule of law. How can you be talking about open migration in this 21st century? Where has he done?
So what you are saying now is that the law should be welcome.
Of course.
So they should allow it skillfully.
That, in fact, it is unheard of.
But you know that the issue of legislature, if it has to come to election, they vote.
That's what I'm saying.
They vote, and numbers will determine those that are voting for the law.
Yes, that is.
And when we get to that stage, will it stay?
Yes, it will.
It will.
Yes, it will. Because when you begin to, that's why I brought this book now. So probably these are my books on human rights. So probably you help me send it through your National Assembly reporter. He will give it to all those senators. All those senators, so that they will read it and understand what we are talking about, enforcement of fundamental rights. In fact, open grazing migration itself, that act itself is a violation of rights. It's complete violation of rights, because one, right to life under section 33 is being violated. Freedom of movement, because when they are moving, the farmers will run. You are talking about right to own property. Any right you can talk about. Discrimination. Most of the times you see them, all those the bad one among them, they will use their cutlass to uproot crops and give to their cows. You can see one now. They will even move them inside the farm.
Even the city center in Abuja.
Yes,
just imagine the beautiful roads and you see cows crossing.
I'm even disappointed in Wike, because I was thinking that this is what Wike would have given, the first thing that he would have even done when he, as the regime as minister for FCT. Because when people say, but now I don't know whether it's lack of political law, who has the monopoly of violence. They were able to achieve that in that time because they had their father who was ready to back them. If you do, you will ask military to go and clear those people. You will see them carrying AK-47. If you get them arrested, you ask the essence to release them.
But you know that they are that sector is a very important sector in our economy.
Which sector?
These nomads, animal husbandry, those who practice animal farms.
So if there is no open grazing migration,
yes,
you will not eat meat.
No, what I'm saying is, if there will be, the law is passed, probably this will push government to now make them more comfortable, isn't it?
IJ, listen, let me tell you. If this one is even unheard of. We are talking about rearing cow. Listen, when I was growing up, when I was in primary school, my parents are local farmers. I do assist them. My father do have goats. When you come back from school, you help my father go inside bush, go and get leaves that all those goats will eat. I have my own local poultry. We assist them, and if in my own village, in Amos, I have to be the local government area of Imo State, you don't move your goat to another person's farm, except to where a particular farm that they're about to farm. Probably there are grasses that place. You can now move your goats there. But immediately they farm that place, you don't move your goat there because it is a law. So what we are talking about is that when we stop this open grazing, it will help all those children to go back to school. You can see how a senator, you come out in the National Assembly, where the international community, everybody is watching, to say that Fulanis, they are not asking you for school, they are not asking you for a house, they are not asking you for good living. A senator representing all those people, that you should be thinking about how to send all those people to school, how to make them to start living like a human being, and they are here trying to justify what you are doing. Probably, if you count his cow now, his own cow is over 10,000. So he don't want, he's looking for somebody that will be wearing his cow instead of him to go and get a particular ranch where he will be running his business. And they are saying moving what? When we are talking about moving, it's not talking about cow. Are you now saying that people should be moving their farm, carrying their farm from Bonu to Bayelsa, from Imo State to Adamawa? Is that what we are talking about? So you don't misinterpret the law, and you're a lawmaker, and you're quoting the law wrongly. So that's why this book now, I'm giving them free
of charge.
Yes.
But it's not enough. There are more than
two of them.
Okay, the two of them.
Or they can, if they need more, they can come and pay.
All right, let's quickly tell you that you can be a part of this conversation. You can go to our social media platform, precisely the X platform. X is formerly Twitter. Sending your mekokun that it has no relationship with Section 41 that says every Nigerian has a right to move around. Yeah. So it is to disabuse the minds of those who think that it is against certain people in Nigeria, isn't it?
Yes, I'm going to submit a memo to the public hearing so that, because even when he was talking about that Section 41 and Section 42, his mouth was shaking. I heard him saying, I didn't that same president.
Were you there?
I was watching now.
Watched from the TV.
Yes,
you saw the mouth shaking.
Yes, now. You don't you can replay it. So the same president would have even asked him to just read that Section 41, because what he want to do, he want to use it to justify his submission, and you can't even bring it under fundamental right, for Christ's sake, because these are the laws. These particular practices, these are the practices that we have done over 200, 300 years ago, and we are bringing it in this present government. AJ, do you know that? I think that Nigeria is a country that is operating rule of law, where our laws are being respected. All the governors that allow these little children to be in the bush wearing cow should be arrested.
Okay, we'll come back to you. We have Emeka calling from Enugu. Emeka, thank you so much for
that you can be causing trouble in the society. We have seen where some people want to carry out protest. They will give order that protest is being cancelled. It's your right to protest. But when the government discover that this your protest is going to be cancelled, they will restrict you. I want to talk about National Assembly. So when you say that it offends the discriminating against you, are you not the person discriminating against all those poor children? You, Senator Aliora, Senator Goje, and the Kawu, three of you. Are you people not the person discriminating against your own children and all those poor children in the bush? Where are your children? Where are they? Are they in the bush? They are in cow. You that is a senator. Are you not supposed to during your recess time? Do you go and rear cow? Don't you go to? Are you not? Don't you go to travel to abroad for medication? And you allow some other persons? Are you not discriminating against them? Where are you living? Where are those people living? They are living in the bush and they are living in Asoko. So they are the people that should be accused of discrimination. How much is their take home? And look at him there. He said that.
You are becoming too personal.
I should be personal.
You are becoming too personal.
I'm a human being. Oh, AJ, you cannot listen. I'm a father.
We have another caller.
You cannot see these children.
Mr. Maxwell, we have another caller. Chukwuemeka is coming.
They are in the bush.
Hold on. Chukwuemeka from Karo. Thank you so much, Chukwuemeka, for joining us on the program.